Fall River is a small industrial town in Massachusetts, which in the 70s and 80s was considered a typical American outback. Life here flowed monotonously. Factories, churches, small quarters of one-story houses. However, behind the quiet facades, a story was hidden, which later shocked the whole state. It all started in October 1979, when a message was received in the local police station about the disappearance of a 17-year-old girl named Dinah Levy. She lived in a dysfunctional family and often disappeared from the house, so the first few days no one was particularly perceived as an alarm. But a week later, parents filed an application and the police began the search. A few months later, in the spring of 1980, in a forest belt near the town, the hunter stumbled upon a terrible find, the remains of a young woman. At first, they could not even be identified. The body was very disfigured. The examination later confirmed that this was the missing Dinah. The police tried to write off what happened on the runner, which became a victim of a random killer. But this was only a beginning. After a few weeks, another girl, 19-year-old Barbara Rapus, disappeared. She was also from the poor area, and almost no one noticed her disappearance. Only a few months later, Barbara's body was found in the same forest belt. The method of murder was identical. Traces of violence, tied hands, and signs that the girl was subjected to a satanic ritual. Fall River plunged into fear. Rumors began to walk the streets. Someone was talking about a maniac, someone about a sect. In a small city where everyone knew each other, there was a feeling that evil settled right in neighboring houses. The turn occurred when the police detained a person named Carl Drew, a pimp and criminal authority in Fall River. At the trial, witnesses claimed that he was heading a real satanic sect, which sacrificed the girls. A terrifying details surfaced on the processes. Descriptions of rituals in abandoned houses and forests, certificates of torture and murders. But the worst thing was that the testimony of many witnesses contradicted to each other, and the police were clearly in no hurry to dig deeper. Some local residents are still sure. The case was presented as if they were revealed, but the real killers remained free. In the fall of 1980, another girl disappeared, 20-year-old Karen Marsden. She was connected with the circle of Carl Drew and approved the police that she was afraid for her life. A few days before the disappearance, Karen came to the station and told the officers that she knew who killed the previous girls. She uttered the names, mentioned the satanic rituals, and directly stated, "They will kill me if I speak further." The police did not attach due importance to this. A week later, Karen disappeared. Her body was found later, and it turned out to be the most mutilated of all. Forensic experts said that the girl was literally torn to pieces. According to eyewitnesses, the ritual in which she died was a sacrifice and was carried out right in an abandoned house outside the city. Carl Drew was arrested and sentenced to a life sentence. But many details remained unclear. Other defendants in the case received the minimum deadlines or even released. Rumors of a secret sect in Fall River are still not subsided. Some residents claim that the police deliberately covered part of the story because there were more influential people behind this than street pimps. More than 40 years have passed since then, but Fall River still remembers this darkness. Old-timers say that after those events, young girls tried not to leave the house at night. The city remained in the city about the three victims, Dinah, Barbara, and Karen, but there was no confidence that the real organizer of the murder was behind bars. The story of Satanic Murders in Fall River has become one of the most ominous pages in the history of small American towns. She showed how dark provincial life can be hidden behind the facade of a calm provincial life, and the justice system is not always able to reveal the truth to the end.